covered here on ITV4, and it's just about 20 minutes to go to our first race here on a grey Easter Sunday morning here at Donington, but it's going to be an absolute thriller. Round 4 of the Dunlop MSA British Touring Car Championship, 20 minutes away. But in the meantime, Tim Harvey has had the chance to get behind the wheel of a car that's getting a big reputation within touring car circles, and that drive came courtesy of Rob Austin.
Well, it's 3 years since I last drove a touring car, the very first NGTC Toyota Avensis test car, which was in its infancy then. So now I'm delighted that Rob Austin has given me the opportunity to drive his Exocet Audi A4, and I can get a really good impression and feel for a current day touring car.
Well, it's a great pleasure to drive Rob Austin's race-winning Sherman car, one of the few race cars I know that's actually got its own name, and well, it's deserved after all the trials and tribulations this car's been through. Well, it's been a while since I drove a touring car in anger, and it certainly feels fast to me. I'm getting the itch, which is not a good thing. We've got 7 former champions on the grid already. I don't think there's room for an 8. Down the Craner curves is the fastest point on the circuit, depending on the wind, just here, or into the chicane, depending on wind direction. And I think it'll take me quite a few laps to get used to this driving position. Very important to get the weight as low as possible, especially when you're as big as I am, but I still like a bit of visibility. Well, I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead, as Rob's got to race this car tomorrow. I don't want him blaming me for any poor performances, but the car feels absolutely fantastic, and it's a credit to Rob and his team, and I think the NGTC rules as they stand, that this car is so easy to just jump in and drive pretty hard almost straight away.
Rob, thank you very much. I really enjoyed that, and I think it's a testament to the car and your team that it's relatively easy to jump in and drive quite hard straight away. But I'm very mindful you've got to race this car tomorrow.
I do. You're honoured. You've driven Sherman. Not many people can say they've done that. Yeah, you enjoyed it then? You got a bit of heat in the tyres? So.
Yeah, I started to push a little bit at the end when I wasn't concentrating on talking in the car as much. I have to say it is very addictive. I mean, the limits are very high. The speed is much greater than I remembered it being. Certainly it was good to drive a well-sorted car. When I first drove the prototype, it really wasn't that well sorted, but things have come on in leaps and bounds. The area I felt was difficult was getting a real feel for the tyres, both on braking and in tyre temperature. There wasn't much feedback coming through to me sitting in the car.
Well, first of all, compared to the prototype, I mean, from the first time we got the NGTC car, obviously we were among the first. It's just come such a long way. We've put in so much work and development to it, and yeah, as far as feel goes, Sherman's very easy on his tyres, so he might have needed a few more laps to get some heat, a bit more heat in them, and you've had much better feel then.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to drive the car. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and very best of luck for the races.
My pleasure. Cheers.